The community group ACORN under scrutiny for potential voter fraud issues, and Barack Obama's long-term relationship with the radical group also coming more to light. But is the mainstream media keeping both under wraps?
And we don't hear anything about that. So Seton Motley joins us right now. He's the Director of Communications for the Media Research Center. He's joining us from D.C. Good morning to you, Seton.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen.
All right, thank you very much. Briefly, we've been talking about ACORN has got a long and storied past involving voter fraud across the country, widespread. Well, I shouldn't say widespread. It's not like everybody there is doing it, but there is a lot of information that's involved. What is Barack Obama's connection to ACORN?
Barack Obama has 3 stages of connection with him, and this is probably why the media doesn't want to talk about it. He was a lawyer for the organization. He then served his years as a trainer of activists for the organization, and when he was named chairman of the board by terrorist William Ayers to the Chicago Annenberg Challenge, they funneled money to, amongst many other places, ACORN. So there's 3 stages of relationship with him.
And ACORN is kind of a complicated organization to figure out because there are many facets to it. But one of the things about ACORN I know that you have a problem with relates to voter fraud. Explain that.
Well, they've been convicted in the past in 6 different states for voter registration fraud. Some of my favorites are, the greatest hits are, in 2006 they registered 1,800 people to vote in Washington, 6 were legitimate. In Ohio, they registered a man by the name of Jive Turkey to vote, along with Dick Tracy and Mary Poppins. So they're under investigation in 14 states for voter fraud and misuse of funds right now.
Okay, Steve, let me ask you this. Given that, is it your assessment that ACORN is working actively right now for Barack Obama?
Well, ACORN itself, there's various facets, like you said. ACORN is nonpartisan. However, they work in inner cities to register people to vote. They have a political action committee that has endorsed Barack Obama. So certainly their political action wing is for Barack Obama.
Well, one of the disturbing things, though, Seton, is that some of these states are going to come down to literally maybe a couple thousand votes. Is that what people are concerned about?
You're talking about what ACORN has been convicted of in the past is fraudulently casting absentee ballots. If you want to look at a very important swing state, let's take Ohio, where the Democrat Secretary of State issued an edict saying we're going to allow same-day voter registration and voting, which I'm not saying, we don't know yet if it's connected to ACORN. It would be nice if the media would look into that, but what we do know is that certainly plays into their hand of fraudulent absentee ballots being cast. There's stories going around now of homeless people registering to vote.
Yeah, we've been talking about it.
And in fact, we're going to show some of that coming up in our next hour. Seton Motley, we thank you very much for joining us live. By the way, you're first guy who is ever on this show said Jive Turkey.
Well, thank you.
Ever.
Thank you. Well, it's Turkey, Jive on the registration card.
Right.
I don't know what that means.